everybody. So this is a setup today, but I'm ready. This man I see here, I just have to come up with something. All the questions I'm gonna be asked, I have no idea, but so help me God. I'm ready for your questions, sir. Let's shoot.
Okay, so the first question: what exactly is the meaning of wiper?
What exactly is the meaning of wiper? Wiper is my name now. That's my name.
Name don't have meaning.
Lord, why will you start with this question? It's actually my father's name that I inherited from him, and it's an unusual name, and it makes me so special. You know, blessing is everywhere, but when you just say blessing wiper, whew, that's top notch, man. So, but then that name actually carries the mandate that God gave my dad. He's a servant of God. He's a pastor, so carry the mandate that God gave him to wipe souls from hell. Wipe. So that's it.
When did you give your life to
When did I give my life to
Christ?
Christ? I gave my life to Christ 26th of June 2012.
So, how would you relate being a blessing wiper that is not born again and a wiper that is born again? What's the difference?
So much difference, but still in a sense, not so much difference. I was actually born in a Christian home, a home that was morally sound. I was a church girl. I grew up a church girl. So we knew what to do and what not to do. We knew what was right and what was not right. I didn't have that special and personal encounter with Jesus, but then I still lived right. You know, I just knew that there were things that I could not do. But getting born again, of course, Jesus happened, and that's a different thing. It's beyond morality. Now living out the righteousness of God. Also, the blessed wiper that was not born again, she just knew that there was something special about her. She just knew that she was purposeful. She was just different, but she didn't know how to express that difference. But the blessed wiper now, she knows how to express the difference.
What was the distance between you giving your life to God and your calling?
When I got born again, it just felt like this was a different season. I just knew that I entered a different season, and it wasn't long. I just started receiving clarity. Actually, it wasn't long. I started receiving clarity. Just that it kind of took time before I took a step. Yes.
So, what are you passionate about? Spiritually and carnally, not be carnally.
What am I passionate about? Spiritually and carnally. Carnally, I'm passionate about my husband. You know, passionate about the man that I will spend the rest of my life. Oh Jesus! Skip this part, please. He's not entering this interview. Am I you putting this to?
Yeah.
Never. I'm the one that will edit it.
What is this one?
Okay. First of all, I'm passionate about helping people find themselves in God, and expressing their shade or their God color in them. I'm passionate about young ladies. I'm passionate about helping them find themselves in God and giving them the strength to stand so much on godly standards and principles with a high sense of self-esteem. Very important. I'm also passionate about our lifestyle as the very worship of God. Beyond just singing, I'm a music minister, but beyond the singing, I long to see people live out their lives as the very worship of God. So, these three things are my major passions.
Are you single or?
I beg, if you not ask this question, she will not continue this interview like this. Why is it that every interview the best? No, wow. Well, I'm single. I'm not married. And that's on period.
How do you balance the desire to create good content and the need to stay true to your message and your values?
How do I balance the need to create good content and staying on my message and values? There's one thing I have up here that has been helping me, and that is our God is an excellent God. If God being God can still be God, like the God we are trying to express in ourselves can still be God and still be excellent, then why can't I merge excellence in my message? So very simple. I just make sure that I don't lose my eyes being on the goal, and at the same time I try as much as possible be excellent.
How do you balance your professional life, your social life, and your pursuing
Hmm. Oh, wow, this question. I don't okay, how do I balance my professional life, pursuing purpose, and my what? Sorry,
purpose? Social life.
social life. Um, these three actually makes a person now. These are actually very important areas. So to balance it, you just create time and just make sure that you attend to this one, you attend to this one, you attend to this one. And purpose is very important. Profession is also very important because mangas chop. Social life is very important because you need networks, you need people. How do you fulfill purpose without God sent people? How do you do well in your profession without correct links and connections? So just create time for every one of them and just see to the healthy attention. And that's all.
Does that mean that you do not face problems or challenges without
Ah,
facing it?
the face problems. You people self, you will not attest to it. Consistency sometimes is here, sometimes come down. So it's just more like when you see that there's a little loophole in this area, you just check. If you be say I dey put on straight for one side, and somehow I don't forget this other side. But when I come to my consciousness, I just try to just share everything equally. But when I got the help last, but as much as I can, I do the best that I can.
What are some lessons you have learned through your personal experiences that have strengthened your faith and inspired your content?
Hmm. I've had some personal experiences that I may not share now because it's actually not the right time. But um, everything about my life, my ministry actually comes from a place of I've been here. One of the strongest passion that I have is for young ladies, and most of the things that birthed, that passion is actually from personal experience. There's one I actually shared on my YouTube channel when I suffered insomnia for quite a long time, and that period I was so depressed, like so depressed. I had a lot of reasons to doubt God, and a lot was birthed. If you've not watched the video, please check my YouTube channel. Make sure you do. You understand far better what I'm talking about.
Would you say your social life has helped you in pursuing purpose and in your spiritual life? And if yes, how?
Yes, so my social life very important. In as much as I'm very careful about who I relate with, but when I see like minds, when I see people that seem to have similar passions, and it may not be definitely similar, like exactly, but then they're passionate about Jesus with probably a different approach or a different expression. I try as much as possible to get close. Not like I'm pushing myself on them, but then try and get close. And before you know it, you're doing so well. If I can't be close friends with them, I follow them. Before you know it, you are encouraged. When you see that someone else is pushing, you get new ideas, you just know how to go about it. No man is an island, for crying out loud. That's why we're a body. So that's it.
What advice would you give to someone out there who has probably received a calling from God, but then there's just so much weight around that they cannot either see clearly, or even though they see, they are not able to really follow through on the calling they
Um, First of all, just come to the acceptance and the understanding that there is more to your life. I think if you come to that full consciousness, it will just help you delete yourself from a certain unhealthy equation that will not lead you to where you're going. So when you come to that full consciousness, first of all, set disciplines on ground. Just set some things that will guide you to walk on that path that you need to walk on. And also make sure that you're following somebody. Have somebody to talk to, have a mentor, a senior friend to guide you. And make sure that you don't joke with what you have with God. Through prayers and fellowship, koinonia, become more like Him. You rub minds with Him. And before you know it, you have clarity on how to go about a lot of things. Nobody just becomes boom. It's small. That's why we all have stories. Even me and God said that is talking. There's still a lot of things that becomes clear to me by the day. So hold strong what you have with God and ensure that you take it intentionally one step at a time.
What are your hobbies in your life?
My hobbies, I love to write. Like I can just pick up my phone on my whatever, and I'm just writing. I love writing. I love talking. Hey, I love talking. Oh, I love talking. And I love singing. I love reading. Basically.
So what are your goals and aspirations for your content creation?
Okay, I've always loved creating content. This is something that I'm so passionate about. I don't think I mentioned it the last one, but it's a part of the talking something. And because I'm passionate about it, I want to see to the betterment of this career. I've got some gadgets, but then I look forward to buying a lot more better ones. Presently undergoing some trainings, and I will still undergo better trainings. Try to set up people that will work with me to produce something amazing. I have the picture up here in my head, but I believe to get to the realization of that dream is one step at a time. So we are getting there.
Your goals and aspirations concerning your calling.
Presently, God is helping me to bring together young ladies that are passionate about finding purpose, prayers, and being impactful in their world. We meet online to pray. We also have physical meetings, which we had some weeks ago. Beyond just that, I look forward to reaching out to a lot more of people, hold conferences, just have something that will bring, people together and just see countless heads, crying out and loving on Jesus and being the better versions of themselves day after day. God will keep giving me more inspirations on how to go about this, but about the dream, it's right here.
Okay, so what has the role of your family been in your journey?
My family has actually been a very strong instrumental factor to my growth and my journey in God. Like I said earlier, I was born into a Christian home, very, very strong one. My parents, both of them are ministers. My dad is a pastor, my mom is a pastor, so you can imagine. So I grew up in a family that patterned my footsteps in God, and that was a strong one. I didn't struggle. I didn't struggle. When I found Christ, like when I had a personal encounter, I already had a good foundation to step up and take off.
What would you say has been the most encouraging part?
Hey! Everything about content is a lot. But not having a so much suitable environment, having to struggle with heat, trying to make sure that I shut down everybody. Don't talk, just keep quiet. 1 hour, and then when you not tell them 1 hour, you are doing 2 hours, they are coming to ask you how far. And one more thing, talking like, we're trying to say what is on your mind, and then you feel like, I'm not saying this thing as it's supposed to come out, so there's a way I want to say it, but the thing is not coming out like that, Sometimes you can just be discouraged, and you're like, what do I expect? How do people react to it? Especially when you know that social media is an audience, it's a mixed crowd, people that that know a whole lot, and then you're like, will this even make sense to them? But at the same time, just to rely on the Holy Spirit. But then the flesh in us, the flesh in me, actually, sometimes you just have to think this too much, but God has been helping me.
What do you have to say to people that are watching you, always coming to watch you, following you up and down?
I love you guys. Like, thank you. I really, really appreciate God. Sometimes, honestly, when I'm done shooting, I'm like, what did I just say in this video? Sometimes I'm watching my video and I'm like, I need to do this video again. But I still go ahead and upload it because I believe it's going to bless somebody. It's not really about all those things all the time. And I still get feedback, I still get the love, it's overwhelming, and I really appreciate you guys. Before I leave, I want to appreciate somebody. I want to appreciate my manager. The person let me do this video. The person that has been encouraging, content creation is not easy. I don't care for people that do this. Like sometimes when I go online and I watch people that they are so consistent, I'm like, God, me too, I can do this. This is what I love doing. But sometimes, the whole overwhelming activities. But then somehow he just has a way of encouraging. When I see him going up and down, gathering things, I'm like, babe, just be in the mood. You got this, you got this. So I want to appreciate the gift of him. God bless you. Emmanuel Onyejuwaka. You guys search him up, just that me, I don't know. Just shout outside. Whether I say his name is Noel Pride. Me, I don't know what he's asking on Facebook. God bless you, brother.